Hello, my name is Andrew Collins and I'm a Telly Addict. Well, look who turned up as a sleazy, filthy rich rival to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the first episode of returning HBO comedy Ballers.
I might run for president. I might move to France.
Andy Garcia playing the new baddie, Sir Philip Green, or Philip Green as he's soon to be known. It appears to be a small step from BHS to the NFL, a world of excess and seven-figure deals in the cultural shallows of Miami, where the super rich party like this. And young men born poor by demographic accident learn to overcompensate after the jackpot of sport and sponsorship with quantitative ease.
They call me TTD because it's time to dance. Let me clear my throat. Boy, you looking fresh. Uncomfortable, but fresh.
Yeah, I'm glad you think so. I got a Tom Ford waiting for your ass upstairs.
Don't make me do that, please.
I ain't having you look like a hobo in front of the team odor. Get your black ass upstairs and apply some soap.
John David Washington, son of Denzel and former running back, playing The Rock's star client with natural insouciance. Ballers may bask in the lifestyle of the rich and famous, and you'll struggle to find a female role that gets beyond nagging wife or R&B video dancer. But the men are no better than big babies.
I got multiple calls from New York. Multiple. It's one thing I hate. It's calls from New York. I moved to paradise to get away from those assholes in New York.
I understand.
Richard Schiff from The West Wing, amid a screwball speed cast that also includes Dule Hill from The West Wing and former Daily Show correspondent Rob Corddry. The first series of 10 is on Sky box sets and they're only half an hour long. You'll race through them like a linebacker, probably. Now, talking about former Daily Show correspondents.
Just time for a quick recap of the week, and we begin with the 2016 presidential election, or as you probably know it by now, America's 3D IMAX fit dumpster fire 2016.
A bit of British-born supremacy from John Oliver, who suits a desk job and whose last week tonight has just returned from a short break in time for our arrival at the next concentric circle of hell. Never mind Trump, meet Hillary's running mate, Tim Kaine.
You know, maybe he's not the most exciting person in the world, but he has a personality. He really does.
We're making a lot about the fact that Tim Kaine knows how to speak Spanish.
He actually won the 2013 National Press Club Centennial Spelling Bee.
He plays the harmonica. An interesting fun fact.
Is it?
I know Oliver has a potty mouth, but I like the way he can bring the mainstream news media crashing down with a simple question.
Is that a fun fact? Because let's take a look at Tim Kaine playing his harmonica and see exactly how fun it is.
Now that The Daily Show itself is a dim and distant memory and the collective handcart is even closer to its destination, we need John Oliver more than ever. That there still isn't a British equivalent of this show is probably the reason he's out there. But it's not all export. Only we can do this, and we can only do it over here.
The table's set for 5. Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't tell me there's a bloody guest.
Yes, there's a bloody guest.
What?
Well, that means we have to talk to someone else.
Why don't you tell us we'd have to talk to someone else?
Because if I told you you'd have to talk to someone else, you wouldn't come.
Correct. Farewell.
Stupid gits.
Written and timed like the finest Whitehall farce, Robert Popper's semi-autobiographical comedy hits Series 4 and shows no sign of either stopping or changing. It takes place in the same house, at the same time, on the same night of the week for the same religious feast, where similarly minor abnormalities grow into huge comedic cancers. If this doesn't make you titter, I cannot be your friend.
Mum!
Hi, Val.
Val?
Oh, hello, Jim.
It's an emergency situation.
Everything all right, Jim?
Not really, Jackie. It's just my oven's broken.
Right.
Wilson, at the knobs.
Oh, dear. So...
Would you mind cooking this little bit of fish for me?
Mark Heap, Tom Rosenthal, Simon Bird and Tamsin Gregg with Paul Ritter just out of shot, possibly topless. I'd be happy if this show ran forever.
If we don't cook it tonight, Jackie, it'll go all bad, and then it'll get infested with weevils.
I expect there are some equally partisan people who will not let me be their friend if I don't like Robot Wars. I can see why the BBC has taken back the brand after loaning it to Channel 5 and cannily played head of science Dara O'Brien up front, with Jonathan Pearce fit to burst in the commentary box and judges actually recruited for their knowledge of the subject.
Doctor of Mechanical Engineering, Dr. Lucy Rogers, and Robot Wars alumni and Professor of Artificial Intelligence and Robotics at Sheffield University, Professor Noel Sharkey.
I just couldn't get any purchase on the contest at all.
You don't want to mess with Razor. There's the Matilda cam looking on from the CPZ. Oh, they've activated the pit!
It's not you, it's me, but it just left me with metal fatigue. But I wish it well in the post-apocalyptic dystopia of a post-Top Gear BBC Two. Sticking with robots.
Can I help you with something? I like coming here because your Wi-Fi was fast. I mean, you're one of the few spots that has a fiber connection with gigabit speed. It's good. It's so good, it scratched that part of my mind. The part that doesn't allow good to exist without condition. So I started intercepting all the traffic on your network.
Mr. Robot is a streamed-first drama about hacking that's been knocking the socks off Amazon Prime customers and finally arrives on proper television. A mountain of hype, a Golden Globe and a Peabody precede it, but guess what? It lives up to the chatter with a state-of-the-nation urgency that's totally wired.
What is it about society that disappoints you so much?
Oh, I don't know. Is it that we collectively thought Steve Jobs was a great man, even when we knew he made billions off the backs of children? Or maybe it's that it feels like all our heroes are counterfeit. The world itself's just one big hoax. Spamming each other with our running commentary bullshit masquerading as insight.
Rami Malek is compelling in the central role, and creator Sam Esmail, which is an anagram of Sam's email, has vital things to say about the way we live now. I also suspect he was referencing the post-war carve-up of the third man in this Ferris wheel scene at Coney Island.
And Elliot, we are on the verge of taking down this virtual reality. Think about it. What if you could take down one conglomerate? A conglomerate so deeply entrenched in the world's economy that too big to fail doesn't even come close to describing it.
You don't have to be paranoid to enjoy Mr. Robot, but it helps. And you don't have to care about the Rio Olympics to enjoy this beautiful animated BBC trail by Passion Pictures. This is my favourite bit, and I speak as someone who doesn't care about the Rio Olympics. Oh, and this bit with the fox. And then this bit. There were a number of terrific music documentaries, mostly on BBC 4 and 2 last week, as well as the continually resplendent Soundbreaking on Sky Arts, packed with moments of zen for the more mature fan of proper music. Author John Savage and director Paul Tickell extrapolated a thrilling hour-long black-and-white montage out of Savage's book, 1966.
Far-fetched, maybe, but it was a logic derived from an all-too-real conflict.
You can't believe that this nation can have been forced to fight the longest war in its history against this tiny, poverty-stricken North Vietnam.
So watch that on iPlayer and feel the resonance. And watch this while you're about it. Part 2 of the People's History of Pop, which cut the cake a different way and presented the decade 1966 to 76, and allowed Danny Baker to thrill to the classics that people keep in their attics. Here's Bowie chronologist Kevin Can with a rare early demo of Space Oddity. I Want to Go to There.
Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. 10 ground control to Major Tom. 7, 6, commencing countdown, engines on. 2, check ignition and may God's love be with you. Blast off.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe for the latest Telly Addict and more videos from UKTV. You can also check out last week's episode, and the one before that, and the one before that. And since I controversially failed to review any UKTV programmes this week, why not visit UKTV Play? See you next week.